Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Soft glow resting across quiet shoulders, even setting in a steady breathing rhythm. City noise lowering behind closed curtains, time slowing without asking permission. Amber reflection dancing on window glass, street lights bending in liquid distortion. Distant traffic humming beneath baselines, night opening like a slow confession. Bronze tint warming the hardwood floor, shadows stretching across calm expressions. Low drums tapping against mellow keys, air heavy with unspoken intention. Faded gold lining the room edges, light thinning in the soft ingredients. Memories hovering near ceiling corners, moments glowing before disappearing. Beauty silver shining on scattered frames, cool undertones balancing warm science. Breath steady against quiet atmosphere, heartbeats sinking with vinyl crackling. Soft glow wrapping around loose stars, calm eddy settling inside conversation. Late hour leaning into reflection, nothing forced, nothing overstated. Amber reflection sliding across tabletops, glasses casting delicate silhouette. Low laughter dissolving in the background, comfort built from subtle beats. Bronze tint deepening with falling night, cloud shadows drifting beyond glass. Music looping in undisturbed tempo, room grounded in gentle patience. Faded gold, soft along picture edges, stories laid in quiet glances. Beats echoing through relaxed posture, silence shaped into something meaningful. Sip the silver catching last light streak, cool shimmer, balancing warmth. Air moving slowly through open space, calm built from balanced contrast. Soft glow thinning toward midnight hour, ember reflection fading in the darkness. Bronze tint settling in the shadow, faded gold turning memories soft. Faded silver lingering in afterthought, room resting without sudden illness. Low rhythm dissolving in the stillness, night complete in gentle closing. Tape reel turning inside wooden deck, dust floating in amber lamp glow. Speakers humming with texture, warmth, night settling into steady tempo. An aloe grill spinning under patient fingers, mechanical rhythm guiding creative flow. Notebook open beside silent coffee, low bass grounding thoughtful verses. Spooling tape stretching across small wheels, magnetic ribbon carrying memory. Soft hits blending in the mellow chords, room wrapped in the mid-vibration. Magnetic strip holding fragile moments, voices pressed into brown oxide lines. Years resting inside narrow casing, time looping with gentle persistence. Cassette flip, marking shift and move, side turning with tactile precision. Hidden tracks rising after midnight, drums slower but emotionally deeper. Tape reel clicking in subtle intervals, headphones resting over calm expression. City lights glowing beyond window glass, beat rolling like steady heartbeat. Hello grill humming beneath ceiling fan, warm tones settling across brick walls. Shadows stretching under hanging bolt, flow steady without forced energy. Spooling tape guiding with fluid cadence, rhymes landing soft but intentional. Breath measured between each bar, air thick with an allocations. Magnetic strip preserving honest verses. Raw takes laid over gentle percussion. Studio quiet except subtle crackle. Creativity moving without spotlight. Cassette flip echoing through small room. Second half carrying deeper confession. Key soft under muted snare. Yeah. Night expanding beyond closed blinds. Tape reel slowing near final measure. Analog reel easing towards stillness. Spooling tape resting against inner wheel. Magnetic strip holding last vibration. Cassette flip complete in silence. Deck light dim against wood and grain. Final chord dissolving in the air. Memory looping long after sound.
Grain patterns tracing years of conversations. Low jazz humming from distant speakers. City noise softened behind closed windows. Silver fork resting beside empty glass. Soft reflections bending across polished surface. Plates clear but presence still lingering. Air thick with unsaid observations. Napkin fold placed with careful intention. Corners aligned like controlled emotion. Subtle posture across dimly lit room. Breathing slow, steady, measure. Candle drip sliding down narrow wax spine. Dim flames swaying under hidden air currents. Shadows stretching across quiet faces. Time melting in amber silence. Golden shimmer floating across hardwood grain. Light bending into soft reflections. Mythic conversations sinking in the background. Night setting into relaxed rhythm. Wooden table steady beneath resting elbows. Stories layered into carved surface lines. Street lights glowing through nearby curtains. Atmosphere thick with mellow patience. Silver fork catching light in brief motion. Glass clinking softly against ceramic edge. Low laughter dissolving in the background. Evening carried on unstirred warmth. Neck and fold loosening under idle hands. Fabric brushing softly against denim. Quiet glances traded without urgency. Room breathing in balanced tempo. Candle drip marking passages slow. Minutes flame shrinking but never surrendering. Shadows dancing across framed artwork. Baseline steady beneath muted percussion. Golden shimmer resting on relaxed expression. Soft glow reflecting off calm minds. Night air pressing lightly against windows. Conversation fading into comfortable pause. Wooden table witnessing layer memory. Silver fork still beside untouched glass. Napkin fold forgotten. Quiet thought. Candle drip cooling into heart and shape. Golden shimmer thinning in the late hour calm. Room settling in a filled silence. Slow rhythm echoing against distant traffic. Evening closing like a quiet verse.
Thermostat dial turns slowly in careful hand. Numbers glowing faintly in soft afternoon light. Air current shifting subtly across quiet room. Heater click echoing through empty corners. Draft line creeping along baseboard edges. Sunlight catching dust drifting through space. Fan hum vibrating faint under ceiling blaze. Even stretching slowly in the muted warmth. Thermostat dial adjusted for gentle comfort. Heater click announcing measure response. Air current moving across polished surfaces. Shadows forming delicate patterns on walls. Draft line following contours of worn carpet. Feet brushing softly over frayed edges. Fan hum blending with quiet rhythm. Air shifting around books and small objects. Thermostat dial glowing softly in room light. Heater click resonating low across empty floor. Air current carrying faint warmth. Draft line bending around table edges. Fan hum steady like heartbeat in still room. Shadows elongating across wooden floors, air current shifting slowly beneath faint light. Time folding gently in the winter afternoon. Thermostat dial resting after careful adjustment. Heater click quieting in the soft vibration. Draft line bending through narrow openings. Air weaving through room in patient rhythm. Fan hum vibrating softly through silent space. Evening air holding warmth in gentle pockets. Draft line brushing fingertips along baseboards. Sunlight fading through blinds into faint glow. Thermostat dial glowing against soft shadows. Heater click resonating like measured punctuation. Air current carrying gentle warmth across room. Draft line tracing edges of furniture and wall. Fan hum fading into the street noise. Room breathing slowly with quiet life. Thermostat dial resting against polished wall. Air current settling to gentle stillness. Draft line curling along door edges. Shadows stretching into corners of quiet room. Heater click echoing faintly against walls. Fan hum merging with subtle afternoon calm. Backstage pass hanging from Moreland Yard. Concrete hallway echoing distant bass. Groove voices go beneath ceiling plates. Anticipation building in steady waves. Green room filled with quiet focus. Couches lined against painted cinder block. Water bottles resting near folded towels. Set list taped above small mirror. Mic check repeating through open speakers. 1, 2 testing subtle resonance. Voice bouncing off empty seats. Beat thumping through hollow venue. Soundboard glowing in colored lights. Faders sliding with precise motion. Engineer nodding to rhythm pattern. Levels balanced in careful silence. Monitor wedge angled at stage edge. Feedback controlled by gentle adjustment. Snare crisp under tight compression. Trick drum posting through wooden floor. Black stage pass scanning side entrance. Curtain shifting with backstage breeze. Footsteps pacing along narrow corridor. Heartbeat sinking with low drums. Green room mirror reflecting calm expression. Deep breath steady before curtain rise. Hands flexing to release tension. Focus narrowing into performance mode. Mic check louder beneath rising chatter. Crowd murmur swelling behind closed doors. Bass vibrating through metal railings. Energy shifting toward ignition. Soundboard lights flickering in rhythm. Batch the channel riding balanced output. Delay trailing into distant corners. Harmonies settling over packed floor. Monitor wedge carrying in layered hi-hat. Slicing through warm air. Bassline wrapping around front row. Stage lights washing over silhouettes. Backstage cast tucked into jacket pocket. Green room fading into memory. Mic check transforming into first verse. Soundboard pushing full volume forward. Monitor wedge trembling under applause. Curtain call echoing through rafters. Sweat cooling beneath dim house lights. Night sealed inside live vibration. Stovetop glow warming the narrow kitchen walls. Late traffic murmuring beneath open window. Bare feet pressing into cool tile floor. Clock ticking slow above refrigerator hum. Cast iron resting solid on steady flame. Surface seasoned with years of repetition. Oil spreading thin across dark metal. Heat rising in soft invisible waves. Wooden spoon circling thick batter slowly. Rhythm steady like low drum pattern. Shoulders relax under dim ceiling. Bow breath sinking with quiet movement. Spice jar twisting open with soft resistance. Cinnamon drifting through still apartment air. Measured shakes falling without wasting motion. Aroma settling in the late hour calm. Midnight snack forming without ceremony. Simple ingredients layered with patient care. No rush pressing against intention. Silence thick but not heavy. Yeah. Stove atop glow reflecting in window glass. City skyline blurred beyond condensation. Cast iron holding warmth without complaint. Steam rising in subtle spirals. Wooden spoon tapping edge of mixing bowl. Spice jar sealed and returned to shelf. Midnight snack plated on chipped ceramic. Chair scraping softly across tile. Yeah. Stove atop glow dimming as flame lowers. Cast iron cooling with quiet dignity. Wooden spoon resting beside folded towel. Apartment settling deeper into night. Spice jar scent lingering in warm air. Midnight snack broken into patient bites. Street light glow sliding through blinds. Refrigerator motor humming low harmony. Cast iron heavy in steady hands. Stove atop glow now barely breathing. Wooden spoon rinsed under thin stream. Water echoing against stainless basin. Midnight snack nearly reduced to crumbs. Spice jar memory luring on tongue. Chair angled to a quiet window, breath slow. Shoulders finally released. Stove atop glow gone darkness genital. Cast iron resting like ground away. Wooden spoon dry in beside folded cloth. Midnight snack fading in a satisfied calm, calm. Fading in a satisfied calm.
Metal detector humming in low vibration. Morning crowd breathing in organized ways. Shoes tapping marble with steady patience. City pulse rising beneath fluorescent glow. Turnstile click marking measure permission. Arms pushing forward through narrow space. Backpack straps tight across shoulders. Routine carved into muscle memory. Access card sliding across black sensor. Green light blinking in subtle approval. Doors part open without conversation. Steps echo deeper in the corridors. Lobby guard standing with unread expression. Press uniform sharp under ceiling lights. Clipboard resting against quiet posture. Eyes scanning movement without emotion. Security cam turning in slow rotation. Glass dome reflecting passing faces. Silent recording of daily motion. Moments archived without context. Metal detector steady against metallic rhythm. Keys clinking softly in plastic trays. Elevator doors closing with soft thud. Breath sinking to muted baseline. Turnstile click fading behind footsteps. Tile floor shining beneath pile of shoes. Announcements drifting through high ceilings. Energy control but slightly tense. So access card tucked inside jacket lining. Name type small against corporate blue. Cold air circulating through our lobby. Thoughts floating under calm exterior. Lobby guard nodding in practice silence. Glass doors reflecting morning skyline. Street noise muffled beyond thick panels. Low drums pulsing beneath calm demeanor. Security cam blinking red in corner. Silent witness to passing ambition. Hallway stretching into private offices. Time dividing into scheduled blocks. Metal detector still at closing hour. Turnstile click slower near sunset. Access car tap with tire motion. Lobby guard glancing toward darkened street.
empty marble. Lights dimming into after hours calm. Baseline dissolving into quiet and routine looping back into tomorrow.
Concrete slab cooling beneath evening air. City heat fading from hardened surface. Footsteps slowing with lowering sun. Silence settling into calm foundation. Dining set arranged in quiet symmetry. Chairs aligned with careful distance. Table surface holding subtle reflections. Room prepared for unspoken stories. Folded chair leaning against bare wall. Metal frame casting narrow shadow. Unused space breathing in soft patience. Stillness layered with quiet expectation. Empty plate resting under fading light. Porcelain cool beneath amber glow. Silverware absent, conversation pause. Hunger replaced by a freight beat calm. Dim flame flickering near window edge. Light trembling in shallow rhythm. Walls glowing faint with bronze hue. Even deepening in a mellow tone. Concrete slab steady through temperature shift. Low bass echoing across solid ground. Dining set absorbing fading daylight. Abysses settling in understated grace. Folded chair open with gentle motion. Legs scraping softly against surface. Empty plate catching candle shadows. Night stretching across silent corners. Dim flame bending with subtle draft. Light reflecting in distant glass. Concrete slab anchoring every movement. Room holding warmth without excess. Dining set witnessing quiet exchanges. Folded chair now steady in place. Empty plate marking finished chapters. Dim flame shrinking toward final glow. Concrete slab absorbing echoes of laughter. Footsteps fading in the hallway hush. Air cooling beneath darkening ceiling. Moments settling like dust and light. Dining set resting after gathered hours. Folded chair angled toward open space. Empty plate stacked beside soft linen. Dim flame really surrendered tonight. Concrete slab steady beneath closing day. Room dim but balanced and composed. Silence full, never hollow or heavy. Evening complete in low tempo calm.
Oh, 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 yeah. Hey. Rehearsal tape playing soft overhead. Notes drifting through empty green room. Bass hum pulsing beneath wooden floor. Air thick with anticipation and calm. Backstage pass clip the one lanyard. Security letting quiet crew slip in. Hallway echo carrying distant footfalls. Energy rising toward evening performance. Green room couch lined with folded towels. Water bottle sweating in dim light. Staff whispering last minute instructions. Musicians tuning under subtle anticipation. Mic check running across stage monitors. Low feedback rolling gently in a room. Vocals tested for clarity and warmth. Sound settling into balanced layers. Stage cables stretching across open floor. Fingers tracing past to each amp. Power steady, ready for performance. Rhythm alive in quiet rehearsal. Rehearsal tape capturing every careful note. Analog hits soft under repeated phrasing. Tempo slow but steady in memory. Baseline shaping underlying motion. Backstage pass held in sweaty hand. Eyes scanning hall for last minute changes. Curtains swaying slightly with air draft. Thoughts tuned to subtle details. Green room mirror catching flicker of light. Sweat drying across tense shoulders. Hands flexing to release evening nerves. focus. Mind settling into calm focus. Mic check echoing over empty seats. Cables humming beneath stepped on pedals. Room listening to layered unwired. Sound breathing softly through small speakers. Stage cable coiled after careful test. Voltage steady, output flowing smooth. Drums resting on tuned throne. Guitar humming quietly in open KZ. Rehearsal tape rewinding through last measure. Bassline pulsing softly under dim lights. Folded into layer rhythm. Energy contained before audience arrival. Backstage pass slipping back in the pocket. Green room quiet except soft hum. Mic check done, stage alive inside. Night ready to unfold on cue. Oh, 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 oh. Hey, 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 yeah. Leather seam running along worn jackets. City wind brushing past steady shoulders. Neon reflections trembling in puddles. Low drums pacing quiet ambition. Fabric fold shifting with subtle movement. Street lights painting soft gradients. Late conversations dissolving mid-sentence. Air thick with restorative tension. Cold blooded catching faint amber flicker. Cold metal resting near slow heartbeat. Footsteps echoing down empty blocks. Breath visible in midnight air. Wallet fold pressing against denim layers. Loose bills tucked beside old receipts. Minimal hope, riding steady rhythm. Dreams carried in silent pockets. Shadow fall stretching across brick walls. Silhouettes lengthening under passing headlights. Baseline rolling beneath distant sirens. Night settling into patient calm. Leather scene creasing with practice motion. Corner stores glowing behind dusty glass. Steam rising from subway grates. Rhythm looping under focused eyes. Fabric fold brushing against cold railings. Metal vibrations humming under palms. City culture whispering through alleys. Energy grounded in steady breath. Cold button glinting in rooftop light. Skyline resting beyond concrete edges. Cloud cover drifting without urgency. Sand breathing in low tempo. Wallet fold lightened by small change. Spare hope tucked behind ID plastic. Movement measured against passing trains. Calm shade from quiet persistence. Shadow fall blending in a deeper dark. Windows black against silent towers. Drums softer than distant traffic. Night holding unspoken reflection. Leather seems steady past midnight hour. Fabric fold warm by body heat. Cold button cool against layer cotton. Wallet fold resting in stillness. Shadow fall dissolving before sunrise. Street washed in pale gray tone. Low melody fading in the morning. Silence completing the long walk home.
Hanging gold, swaying above quiet ceilings. Late hours sketching across silent rooms. Low rhythm tapping against wooden floors. Thoughts moving slower than city traffic. Filament gold burning steady and patient. Orange warm filling corners with calm. Red sinking softly with mellow percussion. Night settling into unspoken comfort. Shadow cast long across blank walls. Silhouettes bending in subtle distortion. Time drifting without sharp direction. Silence layered with reflective tone. Light pool gathering in worn sneakers. Floorboards catching amber reflections. Loose pages resting beside half thoughts. Air heavy with unfinished verses. Dark patch hiding near the doorway. Unlit space holding private tension. Memory flickering behind steady eyes. Heartbeat pacing the minimal drums. Hanging bold, trembling in faint motion. Ceiling lines cutting geometric shapes. Low bass rolling beneath slow cadence. Atmosphere breathing in muted waves. Filament glow warming tiled expressions. Glass surface humming with steady current. Late conversation fading into quiet. Words softening before they land. Shadow cast shifting with subtle movement. Walls absorbing passing reflections. Night think with introspective rhythm. Calm unfolding without resistance. Night pool shrinking toward midnight hours. Orange tones melting into gray. Drums lowering into softer textures. Mind clearing through repetition. Dark tat steady in back corner. Unseen space holding silent stories. Window closed against distant sirens. Room grounded in balanced solitude. Hanging rope dimming toward closing time. Filament growth in but persistent. Shadow cast blending into background. Light pool barely holding shade. Dark path finally swallowing edges. Beat fading into low vibration. Night come me without dramatic ending. Stillness wrapping everything in calm.
Factory paint catching pale morning light. Dust floating slow in angled brightness. City waking under distant traffic hum. Coffee steam rising in quiet focus. Open plan stretching wide without division. Footsteps echo softly across concrete floors. Unfinished thoughts drifting through tall air. Space holding everything without resistance. Ceiling beam cutting shadows overhead. Heavy wood steady against passing years. Hanging bulbs glowing in muted patience. Rhythm settling into grounded tempo. Pipe run tracing lines along upper walls. Metal curves bending through open air. Low vibration humming through structure. Breath sinking with sudden industrial pulse. Brushed nickel fixtures catching silver tones. Cool reflections sliding across surfaces. Morning light gliding over smooth edges. Stillness wrapped in polished restraint. Factory paint framing distant rooftops. Clouds drifting above brick horizons. Street sounds softened by thick glass. Thoughts unfolding in slow progression. Open plan leaving room for a movement. Furniture placed with deliberate spacing. Minimal clutter shaping calm atmosphere. Beats rolling steady across white silence. Ceiling being ground into floating echoes. Lights suspended from heavy brackets. Shadows falling in deliberate angles. Time pacing itself without urgency. Pipe run humming faint above rhythm. Air slipping through unseen channels. Walls absorbing layers of sound. nickel gleaming under soft glow. Reflections bending into muted chrome. Vexes blending steel and warmth. Space breathing with measured energy. Factory paint brightening with rising sun. Open plan warming under daylight spread. Ceiling beam holding silent structure. Pipe run whispering overhead continuity. Brushed nickel fading into noon glare. Room alive yet peacefully contained. Concrete steady beneath ground steps. Morning sealed in industrial serenity.
Iron frame holding weight of skyline. Concrete breathing under slow percussion. Footsteps echo across empty corners. City lights flicker in distant rhythm. Metal edge cool beneath resting palms. Reflections bending into sharp outlines. Low bass sliding through spacious air. Night stretching across industrial calm, yeah. Steel beam steady above quiet motion. Ceiling shadows crossing silent floors. Minimal furniture shaped by intention. Stillness layered with urban presence. Open plan offering room to wander. Thoughts drifting without obstruction. Beats rolling steady through hollow space. Atmosphere smooth, grounded in clean design. Wide window framing restless streets. Neon signs blinking in coded rhythm. Headlights sliding across dark glass. City breathing beyond interior calm. Mind frame cutting silhouette against skyline. Metal edge reflecting passing lights. Steel beam anchoring up a shadow. Structure meeting, sound and balance. Open plan absorbing echoing footsteps. Wide windows spilling silver moonlight. Concrete steady beneath measured pacing. Music filling gaps without pressure. Open plan absorbing echoing footsteps. Wide windows spilling silver moonlight. Concrete steady beneath measured pacing. Music filling gaps of the pressure. Open plan absorbing echoing footsteps. Wide windows spilling silver moonlight. Concrete steady beneath measured pacing. Music filling gaps without pressure. Open plan warming with early sunlight. Wide window revealing softened horizon. Baseline lowering into a flatted tone. Morning building without rush. Iron frame glowing on rising sky. Metal edge losing cold sharpness. Steel beam fading into daylight. Space alive with grounded calm. Open plan breathing steady and wide, wide window. Catching final night traces. City on blending into morning rhythm. Energy balance between motion and rest. Iron frame steady beyond passing hours. Metal edge quiet in full daylight. Steel beam constant against shifting time. Room complete and understated strength. God. Record sleeve resting on wooden table. Dim lamp glowing against brick wall. Dust particles drifting through quiet air. Needle hovering above spinning vinyl. Album art painted in faded tones. City skyline drawn in watercolor blur. Signature small in lower corner. Years pressed into cardboard edges. Liner note written in careful script. Stories folded between simple sentences. Names listed with humble gratitude. Ink fading along soft paper grain. Track list printed in modest font. titles line like chapters of memory. Side A carrying youthful hunger. Side B holding a flag through calm. Hidden track waiting after silence. Second stretching beyond last chord. Static breathing inside quiet speakers. Surprise rising through subtle harmony. Record sleeve sliding from plastic cover. Fingers tracing worn out of edges. Old bright sticker still half attached. Time visible in every crease. Album art catching warm amber light. Brush strokes blending in the skyline. Faces abstract but emotionally clear. Baseline rolling beneath soft reflection. Line a note describing studio nights. Coffee rings near handwritten verses. Dreams recorded between fragile takes. Patience layered inside each bar. Track list guiding slow evening mood. First song bright with open optimism. Middle cuts grounded in lived lessons. Final record spinning toward closure. Hidden track emerging past long silence. Low keys echoing in empty room. Drums softer but deeply personal. Voice steady with quiet honesty. Record sleeve leaning against speaker cabinet. Album art glowing in low light. Line a note folded back into place. Track list memorized through repetition. Hidden track fading in a soft static. Needle lifting with gentle motion. Room resting in rough lit, it's calm. Memory looping beyond midnight. Spin echoing through them studio. Cable lines coiled near wooden desk. Monitor glow cutting through darkness. Headphones resting against tired ears. Highlight roll out smooth and bright edges. Sun flare fading along window frame. Light easing into gentle gradients. Mood shifting toward mellow patience. Shadow detail revealing hidden textures. Brick wall breathing subtle stories. Corners alive with quiet motion. Baseline rolling beneath deep calm. Black level grounding the entire picture. Depth settling inside layered tones. Low frequencies anchoring the rhythm. Night expanding beyond studio glass. White balance adjusting emotional color. Warm hues meeting cooler undertones. And harmony resting in balanced space. Beat steady without forced drama. Real spin faster under focused hands. And analog hits blending with soft percussion. Notes written across open notebook. Creative flow rising without noise. Highlight roll off taming bright skyline. City lights glowing with a harsh glare. Street reflection stretching across pavement. Tempo steady like slow breathing. Shadow detail shaping deeper presence. Silhouettes leaning against brick walls. Minimal chords drifting in repetition. They're thick with late night thought. Black level heavy beneath midnight sky. Moonlight brushing still fire escapes. Drums muted but emotionally dense. Energy grounded in patient rhythm. White balance cooling toward dawn. First light sliding through blinds. Room shifting from blue to gray. Bass fading in the morning. Real spin slow and near final cut. Highlight roll off soft and sunrise glow. Shadow detail thinning in the daylight. Black level lifting with quiet grace. White balance setting in a clean tone. Studio silent after long creation. Last chord hovering in stillness. Day beginning with calm and resolve.
track playing after long silence. Needle drifting past final listed song. Subtle bass greeting under gentle melody. Room filled with nostalgic warmth. Runas cut rising through quiet static. Unlisted moments stretching beyond expectations. Reverb lingering on soft chords. Eyes closed letting rhythm settle. Remix edit shifting pace and slightly slower. Re-refrain with delicate accent. Keys floating over muffled percussion. Vocal harmonies blend down with softer. Instrumental cut revealing subtle. Guitar plucking gentle against warm bass. Walking in slow measured motion. Synth pads weaving atmospheric haze. Vocal tape recorded under muted light. Breath catching in intimate resonance. Words carrying through soft analog warmth. Energy held inside measured phrasing. Hidden track dissolving into low static. Minutes stretching into reflect the space. Soft percussion echoing over empty room bass. Vibrating gently beneath floorboards. Bonus cut floating across worn speakers. Melody lingering in quiet corners. Rhythm folding into background texture. Night settling with mellow patience. Remix edit layering ambient textures. Delay trailing into subtle decay. Sip gently rising beneath FIFO's mood. Calm, intentional and expansive. Intentional and expansive. Hidden track ending with soft fade. Bonus cut lingering in memory. Remix edit still humming faint rhythm. Room holding every subtle nuance. Hidden track playing after long silence. Hidden track, hidden track, playing after long silence. Hidden track. Hidden track, hidden track, hidden track. Hidden track, hidden track, hidden track. Hidden track playing after long silence. Hidden track, hidden track. Hidden track playing after long silence. Hidden track playing after. Hidden track playing after long silence. Hidden track playing after long silence. Hidden track playing after. Yeah. Hidden track playing after long silence. Hidden track playing after long silence. Hidden track playing after. Yeah, yeah. Hidden track playing after long silence. Hidden track playing after long silence. Hidden track playing after long. Hidden track, hidden track, hidden track playing after long silent track. Hidden track playing after.
Linen sheet sheet folding across quiet mornings, soft air drifting through open blinds, coffee steam rising in pale sunlight, room waking without sudden noise, cotton thread woven into daily rituals, simple textures shaping steady habits, breath measured against distant traffic, time moving in relaxed increments, sway grain brushing against calm fingertips, surface warmth holding subtle comfort, to the chord sliding beneath reflection, thoughts settling into balanced lines, sleeve crease marking careful movement, fabric bending with deliberate grace, posture steady in mirror reflection, energy grounded without excess. Light spill crossing hardwood patterns, window shadows breaking into fragments, dust floating in slow suspension, morning stretching in golden calm. Linen sheet cooling as noon approaches, sun climbing past neighboring rooftops, slow percussion tapping gentle patterns, stillness humming under quiet space, cotton thread catching faint afternoon breeze, curtains shifting in soft partition, sub bass rolling beneath warm chords, peace building without announcement, sway grain glowing under angled rays, littered tones blending into silence, books resting along empty tables, air thick with patient thoughts, sleeve crease softening by evening hour, daily motion slow and in reflection, sky fading into layer violets, beat lowering into a chapet of calm. Light spill thinning along interior walls, golden shimmer turning silver blue, street lights flickering in distant rhythm, night stepping gently into place, linen sheet settling against quiet skin, cotton thread steady through darkness, sway grain cooling with passing hours, sleeve crease resting without tension. Light spill gone beyond the horizon line, room wrapped in peaceful shadow, low melody fading in the breath, they complete and balanced stillness.
Yeah. Blurred focus, drifting across midnight skyline, taxi lights smearing into liquid color, rain gloss shining over concrete lanes, low drums breathing beneath neon haze, image grain flickering across storefront windows, old reflection is layered over new ambition, steam rising through dim street corners, bass humming under restless motion, pixel noise dancing inside dark alleys, digital static shape and subtle texture, billboards glowing in fractured rhythm, city pose vibrating through headphones, color grade shifting towards steel blue tones, evening settling into quiet gradients, cloud cover stretching across high rises, melody floating above distant sirens, cool filter washing rooftops in calm, edges softened by atmospheric blur, wind brushing across open terraces, tempo steady without urgency, blurred focus catching passing headlights, highway lines bending into abstraction, mirrors reflecting fragmented faces, thoughts drifting beyond sharp outlines, image grain warming dim apartment windows, curtains moving with subtle breeze, Television glow posting in silence, rhythm grounded in quiet persistence. Pixel noise shimmering in the car's glass towers, office floors blinking in scattered sequence. Late shifts humming behind tinted panes, drums muted but emotionally dense. Color gray deepening into violet dusk, street signs glowing beneath traffic signals. Footsteps measured along wet sidewalks, air thick with reflective calm, cool filters settling into river surface. Bridges arching in metallic silhouette, water carrying fractured reflections. Deed rolling like steady current, blurred focus fading near sunrise hour. Image grain softening early light, pixel noise dissolving into daylight. Color grade warming with subtle shift. Cool filter, cool filter lifting from morning skyline. Neon dimming against pale horizon. Last chord echoing through headphones. City breathing into another cycle.
Metro pass resting against morning denim. Platform noise rising beneath tired eyes. Train brakes screaming in distant tunnel. Coffee cooling inside paper cup. Security gate blinking red to green. Footsteps aligning in quiet formation. Turnstile spinning with metallic rhythm. Crowd flowing in organized silence. Name badge hanging from thin lanyard. Tasty surface catching sterile light. Identity printed in simple font. Routine settling into daily motion. Side pocket holding folded receipts. Small essentials pressed close to chest. Keys tapping lightly against fabric. Phone screen glowing with muted updates. Jacket zipper sliding up in cold wind. Teeth locking tight against morning chill. Red visible in early gray air. City rising in mechanical harmony. Metro pass tab with practice motion. Escalator humming beneath steady stance. Tunnel walls flickering with abs. Baseline matching rail vibration. Security gate closing behind strangers. Brief glances exchanged without meaning. Announcements echo across tall ceiling. Its movement constant yet emotionally distant. Name badge resting against Chris Cott. Office lights buzzing in static tone. Keyboard clicks blending with low conversation. Time measured by scheduled breaks. Inside pocket guarding quiet thoughts. Unsent messages waiting in drafts. Loose change shifting with every step. Calm layer beneath public routine. Jacket zipper half open by noon. Wind replaced with conditioned air. Lunch hour drifting through glass towers. Sunlight reflecting off steel surfaces. Metro pass tap beginning sunset. Security gate flashing tide approval. Name badge tucked out of sight. Inside pocket lighter than before. Jacket zipper lower than even breeze. City lights blinking beyond sidewalks. Footsteps softer on return trip home. Night closing in relaxed tempo.
Pedal chain lined up along warm floor. Cables snaking the amp and mixer. Footsteps echoing against concrete walls. Lights casting long shadows across instruments. Guitar case resting against stage corner. Stickers faded from previous tours. Strings humming softly in anticipation. Leather handle warm from constant touch.
Drum throne position beneath spotlight glow. Head impressed by practice, weight, feet adjusting, pedals in subtle rhythm. Stick clicking against rim lightly. Cymbal stand tilted towards snare edge. Bronze shimmering under muted light. Overhead mic catching soft resonance. Room vibrating with controlled tension. Hi-hat clutch tighten with careful motion. Foot lifting to test consistent snap. Tempo set by subconscious timing. Groove forming in quiet rehearsal. Pedal chain glowing in dim reflection. Effect lights flickering with each press. Sound shaping in the layer of texture. Atmospheric calm but anticipatory. Talk case open for warm tuning. Strings adjusted with patience, precision. Neck polished with warm cloth. Bridge humming in subtle anticipation. Drum throne shifted to perfect angle. Bass drum resonating through wooden floor. Rim shots echoing in hollow space. Hi-hat slicing subtle accents. Cymbal stand catching stage light softly. Edge vibrating under light tap. Room filling with gentle humming. Groove threading through air effortless. Hey. Pedal chain creating smooth transitions. River lingering across empty walls. Each effect adding soft dimension. Music breathing in the quiet corners. Guitar case closing with muted click. Ay. Drum throne resting after long session. Cymbal stand tilting slightly backward. Hi-hat clutch release with calm motion. Calm motion. Calm motion. Calm motion. Pedal chain silence filling empty space. Strings quiet beneath closed case. Room still accepts subtle echo. Night settling in the musical memo. Snare wire buzzing under gentle tap. Drumsticks rolling across one rim edges. Room quiet except low thrum. Air carrying faint stage dust particles. Drum skin stretched across wooden hoop. Fingers brushing soft rim tension. Light blending on metal lugs. Rhythm building without forcing movement. Drum rim catching highlights from corner lamp shadows dancing along stage floor. Each note resonating with soft warmth. Bassline weaving beneath brush hi-hat. Bass cabinet humming against wooden panels. Low frequencies warming empty room. Footsteps sinking with subtle pulse. Sound rising in quiet layers. Stage cable stretching across open space. Electrical hum low beneath music flow. Plugs clicking in impatient sockets. Energy steady without rush momentum. Snare wire tightening under gentle twist. Tension measured in soft vibration. Stick tapping against rim lightly. Groove forming inside calm framework. Drum skin reacting to focus hand. Resonance traveling under floorboards. Air pulsing with subtle dynamics. Room alive without crowd presence. Drum rim echoing soft accent notes. Bass cabinet rounding out low end. Stage cable winding back in the coils. Harmonies settling in gentle waves. Snare wire vibrating beneath brush strokes. Room breathing with sustained low hum. Each hit shaping subtle groove. Mood softened by an odd warmth. Drum skin stretched under precise tension. Drum rim catching stage reflections. Bass cabinet humming soft reassurance. Stage cable carrying quiet energy. Snare wire muted under soft fingers. Drumsticks resting beside empty throne. Bass cabinet echo fading slowly. Stage cable still coiled near amp. Room silent except faint vibrations. Drum skin quiet beneath low lights. Snare wire resting under soft shadow. Night holding every subtle echo. Subtle echo.